Hey, have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When CJ and I were trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all the apps that people like to listen to? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use too. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. We use Anchor because we live over an hour away and it brings us together as if we're in the same room. The sound quality is better than Skype and more reliable too. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing so, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start to join us and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
We will not be held responsible for any hearing impairments or damage caused to you from excessive exposure to this sound.
Hey CJ, remember that one time?
Oh yeah, it was fucking epic.
You're listening to
Remember That One Time,
the Inappropriate Storytime Podcast
with CJ
and Chris.
and these are not your mama's fairy tales.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Remember That One Time with your host, Chris.
And CJ.
And today we are doing part 2 of Law and No Order. We're going to call it Law and Still No Order because not even 20 minutes after we stopped recording last episode, CJ started popping off with, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot this. And I can't believe I forgot this. Hey, do you remember when this happened? So we had to do a 15 and a half to catch up with those. And then after that happened, even more came out of the woodwork. I don't know why her brain overloaded with the fact that she's a complete outlaw and doesn't know how to follow rules. So,
And we had actually the most guest contributions ever.
yes, apparently this resonated with people. So
Yeah, it really
amazing
did.
audience participation. Thanks, guys. Holy shit.
Right?
Yeah, keep that
Shout
shit
out.
coming.
Yes.
24/7. We're open to any stories anyways. That'll give us ideas of topics to begin with.
Yeah.
So
if anybody has a great story, whether it has anything to do with this topic or a past topic, if it's funny or fucking stupid and just makes you kind of shake your head and like do a face palm, like we want to know about it.
oh yeah, that'll definitely make it to a listener submission segment.
Yeah. And we may not use it immediately, might keep it in the reservoir for later.
Yeah, if it's something that we're like, oh, that's going to be a topic 2 weeks down the road, that'll be perfect for that, then yeah, don't get your feelings hurt or anything if it doesn't show up the very next episode, but we got you.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I'll just take it away here. I'll start with one of the guest stories. So we have an unnamed listener that is a regular listener.
Whoop, whoop.
And
names have been changed to protect the not so innocent.
Right. This one's the pretty much all of the guest stories, they weren't like they actually got in trouble with the law. It was more like we got really close to getting in trouble with the law, or juvenile if in this case, because we were kids. But anyway, so this unnamed person and myself, I think we were in like 5th or 6th grade, and there was something going on outside. I'm thinking it was field day or something like that. And don't ask me how this started, but we straight up got into a fight over who had glasses longer. Now tell me that isn't some stupid ass shit. Like, why are you going to fight over who's been fucking four-eyed dweeb longer? Like, does it even really matter? Like, you're both four-eyed dweebs right now fighting on field day. Like, when
it's the little things that count.
Right? Like, you should be like flying around on those little boards with wheels, not punching each other over who's the bigger dweeb, but whatever. So the SRO officer saw us fighting, and I think I got heated, dude. I straight up punched her in the stomach. I was like, I'm not having this. I mean, even if it's like a super geeky thing, like I have to be like top dog. I have to have the last word. It's just the way I am. It's just my personality. And I was not having it. I was like, no, by the end of the day, you're going to say, yes, CJ has had glasses longer, because that's the way it's going to be, because this is my world and you're just living in it.
Right. That's the most CJ sentence I think I've heard in 20 years.
Yes. So, we got taken to the SRO office, and we straight up thought that we were going to go to little kid jail. I mean, we were like, this is it. And I don't know why he left us alone together in the hallway
that's
for a
smart.
minute. Like, what?
To fight to the death.
Yeah, like what did you think was going to happen? So he left us alone in the hallway, and it wasn't long. I mean, I don't know what he was doing in his office, but it wasn't long. It was less than a minute. So he left us alone in the hallway, and we made a pact. We were like, all right, this is some stupid shit. We ain't going to juvenile for this. We need to make up and get our story straight right now. So
we're going to go down together. Thelma and Louise.
Like the story, like, and this is me saying this. I was like, I'm going to tell you what the story is, and you're just going to go along with it. No questions asked. That's how it's going to go. So I said, the story is we were play fighting. This was not a real thing. We're best friends. We love each other. This was just a joke. It was he just completely misread the situation. It was just two friends goofing off. This is not a fight. And so that was our story. So we go in there, and he pulls us in there one by one, and we tell, the story that I've concocted. And he was like, well, you got to have some sort of punishment because you were fighting. And whether it was play fighting or not, you were still fighting, and there has to be a punishment. There's consequences. And I was like, okay, give me your best shot. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So he had those red hot fireball candies, like the cinnamon things. He was like, put one of those in your mouth and don't take it out till it's gone. And I was like, that's it? That's the best you got? All right. And so we got candy for fighting, and we went back to class, or back to field day, or whatever the hell was going on.
Speaking of red hots, that reminds me, just completely out of the blue now, when we got in trouble at the elementary school that I was at before I went to our high school, before I moved, if we got in trouble, they sent you to the office, and you had to sit in what was called the hot seat. And it was a bench that was literally painted red with the words hot seat painted on it. And I was always terrified of the hot seat because I thought legit that it was like somehow heated.
It was going to burn your ass.
Yeah, that it was going to burn my ass. Exactly. So I was like, I don't want to sit on the hot seat. I don't want
to die.
Exactly. I was like, this is hell's throne, and I don't want anything to do with it.
Hell's throne.
Yes, it kept me in line.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it thought you would.
So the next story is actually mine, and this is like super recent. So me and husband Chris, and our whole family were going on a cruise. I've never been out of the country before, so I had to go get a passport, and I completely don't understand how any of that works. So it was my first time. I mean, I had to Google where to get a passport. I was like, hey Siri, where do you go to get a passport?
DMV, right?
Well, you can go there. I went to the county clerk's office. So I go down there with all my documentation and stuff, and I'm filling out the application, and they asked me, they obviously my parents' full names and their places of birth, not just the state. Like on my birth certificate, it says, the state that they were born, but not the city, but the application wanted the city. And I mean, I was almost positive that my mom was born in San Bernardino, California. And so that's what I wrote.
Know that.
Yeah. And she was born in California. I got that part right. Cause I mean, it says it on my birth certificate.
I had no idea that she was from California.
Yeah. The whole family, all of them were born there. Vicky, Phil.
Fuck?
How did you not know this?
This is what I'm screaming. Like, I legit thought everybody was from Ohio.
No. None of them are from Ohio. They had just all landed there.
My whole life is a lie.
Oh my God. You really didn't know this?
I did not. No, this is news to me.
Yeah, none of them are from Ohio.
Them
And
fancy ass California bitches.
right, I wrote down San Bernardino, California, and I go up there and I give the lady all my stuff, and she like I did not know this was a thing. They take your birth certificate, like your actual official
Like, yoink, it's mine now.
like yellow paper because it's 31 years old official birth certificate. They take it
Seal.
and they mail it in with your application to wherever, the Homeland Security or whatever. And so like she got all the stuff ready and she was like, okay, you're good to go. And I was like, no, I'm not. I need my birth certificate back. And she was like, oh, no. We send it in and they send it back to you. I was like, come again? You want me to walk around without my birth certificate? Like, I
Do you
don't
only
carry
have
it.
one copy?
Yeah, because
Oh, shit, I've got like 23.
oh my God, what? Why?
I don't
You have
know.
23 official copies of your birth certificate?
Yeah, I think I just started losing them when I was younger, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'll just pay to get another one.
Like, what, one a year since you were 6?
I don't know. I guess so. I mean, it's not actually 23. There's probably 4 or 5.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
no,
I was going through my paperwork the other day, and I was like, oh look, birth certificate. Oh look, another birth certificate. Holy shit, another birth certificate.
oh
I
my
don't know where they all
God.
came from.
No, I have my original one from like a couple of months after I was born. Like it's yellow and kind of ripping at the edges, like the official one.
Nice.
And so she was like, yeah, we mail it in and they mail it back. And I was like, so let me get this straight. You want me to trust the federal government
Oh
to
hell
mail
no.
me back my official document that I need for like anything ever? Like pretty much if you want to like make any kind of big purchase or do anything, they're going to want your birth certificate. I mean, you got to have it for everything.
Right.
And I was like, so, what if I need it? What if I decide I want to buy another vacation home in between now and 6 weeks later when I get my birth certificate back? What then? Huh? Riddle me
As
that,
one does.
Sierra. I mean, what the hell? And so she was like, yeah, you'll just have to go get another copy made. And I was like, well, that's some bullshit, but whatever. So I left. And I was talking to my mom later and I was like, yeah, it was so weird. They asked me your, birth city and state. And I said, thank God I knew you were born in San Bernardino. And she was like,
Bitch, what?
um, I wasn't born in San Bernardino. She was like, I was born in Canoga Park.
Oh
Like,
shit.
it's like 100 miles away. Like, Canoga Park is in Los Angeles County. San Bernardino is in, like, some other county. I didn't even get the county right. So
Nice.
I was like, well, I mean, there's something to be said about lying on your passport. I hope this isn't like a really pertinent information. Like, are the feds going to come knocking on my door? Like,
Yeah.
excuse me, Miss Davenport, you seem to have lied on your passport about where your mother was born.
They're
like,
gonna think you're a Russian spy.
am I going to be able to get on the cruise ship? Am I going to be able to get back on the cruise ship, or am I going to be stranded in fucking Bermuda or something? They're going to be like, oh, no, you can't do it. And then if I get stranded and I can't get back on the cruise ship, then I'm really screwed because I just got the passport card, not the actual passport. So I can't fly back home.
Right.
I got to swim.
You gotta catch the next boat.
Right? Like, I'll just have to like,
You
hope
could come
that
in with the Cubans.
I'll just have to like hope that my phone works down there and just like get on carnival.com and like book a one-way cruise back to the States. Like, how does that work?
I
What
don't
happens
know.
when you
You
get
could get in on
stranded?
some human smuggling.
Oh God, no. I'm good.
Get smuggled back in.
I'm so good. I'm good. So, going back to our guest stories, I have another unnamed friend, different friend from the first guest story. This is a different one. She said that she drank a whole bottle of Jack Honey when she was 19.
Oh god.
And she, I guess this is like her first time drinking. She was like, oh, that looks like a nice bottle. I think I'll drink the whole thing. Whatever.
As one does.
Yeah. So she drank it all, the whole thing, when she was 19. She's barfing on the side of the road. And the guy that was driving her didn't have a license. And so the cop pulls over and he's like, really just checking to see if they're okay. But then he kind of gets the feeling that they're both underage. So they get carted. He sees that, she's obviously puking because she's wasted drunk. And she's puked all over the inside of his 350Z, all over his Affliction shirt.
Oh, God.
The cop is like, you're clearly underage. The dude is underage too. And the dude does not have a valid license. His license is suspended. And the cop let them go because he felt so bad that she had barfed all over the inside. I mean, like, he could
The
have
cop
got,
gave a
like,
pity pass.
yeah, I don't know if, like, are they paid on commission or what? Like, he could have, like, gotten some major points for that. Like, so many charges. Like, driving on suspended license, public intoxication, underage consumption, blah, 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 all these other things. Like, it was ridiculous. Then he just felt bad, so he let him go. I was like, that's some damn good luck, too. So
Right? That doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Like, that's a blessing. It really is. So the same friend said she said this one wasn't too funny, but it happened. We got to talking about, run-ins with the law and stuff, and she's like, yeah, I should have been arrested a lot of times. And so she said one time she was pulled over and she had her car searched with the canines because they smelled alcohol or pot or something. They found a bunch of seeds and stems in the back seat, and they still let her go. No ticket, no citation, nothing. I'm like, what are you doing? Showing your titties or something?
Right?
Like, how are you this just doesn't happen. And then this is the best one. Same friend again. She got busted for shoplifting makeup from Walmart, and she had to call her mom to come get her. That was the deal. The cop said, if you call your mom and tell her what you've done and have her come pick you up, I won't arrest you.
Oh, God.
And it was her mother's birthday.
Oh, not even Sephora or anything. Walmart.
And I'm like,
get me some Wet n Wild.
Were you stealing the makeup to give it to your mom for her birthday? Because,
oh. Yeah, that's like a whole, like, I want to buy my mom these shoes because she's dying of cancer and I want her to meet Jesus all pretty. Like, I want my mama to have this nicest not Calgon. What's the cheap ass Walmart makeup? I mean, there's the Wet n Wild, but I want her to have this really nice Revlon.
Actually, while we're throwing out product brands, shout out to Wet n Wild, because I bought one of their foundations for like $6 just because I've been tanning, and so I'm going through all these different shades of foundation, and I didn't want to go drop like $75 on something that I'm gonna be too light for in a couple of days,
right?
Or too dark or whatever. So I bought some Wet n Wild, and it was actually pretty damn good. I'm highly impressed. They're stepping up their game.
Yes.
I love it.
They have been. I really like their highlighter. They've got this like giant round highlighter thing with 4 different colors in it, and it's my favorite thing. It's like a shimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyways,
love it.
Now that we've segued into makeup talk.
Product shout outs or whatever.
Right. Hey, you know what? We can consider that our first commercial.
Yes.
Yes. So if you're looking for a nice shimmer, check out Wet n Wild for the cheap ass bitch in you.
Yes. So we'll be looking for that commission check from Wet n Wild any day now.
Exactly.
Royalties or however the hell that works.
Advertising dollars.
Yes, for sure. So my next story, this is one of the funniest things. I mean, it's probably funnier if you were there, but still, I can't believe I forgot about it. So New Year's Eve 2 years ago, our friend Marinara, we've talked about her before. She's the one that got the date rape, whatever, and we had the fun night at the hospital and all that.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah. So we were at Dick's, and I don't know why. I guess I was just drunk, probably, but I saw a cop, and I thought, I guess I got New Year's Eve and Halloween mixed up, because I saw the cop, and I didn't think he was a real cop. I thought he was just dressed up as a cop. I don't know why people would be dressed up in costumes on New Year's Eve and not Halloween, but whatever. And so I dared her to smack his ass, and I'm pretty sure we've already said you don't dare Marinara to do something unless you're willing to pay up, because she'll do it. And it doesn't matter what it is. It just doesn't matter. She'll just do it. And so she smacked the cop's ass. And he turned around and she kind of did this thing, like she acted like she was facing the other way and just looking around and, you know, being nonchalant and everything. And he didn't realize it was her. And then she starts walking across the bar back to where we're all standing. She got like 17 high fives. It was amazing. And he was, the whole time, he was just like, where did that hand come from? Like, he had no idea. Because she whipped around like super fast. And he was just like, it was like ghost hand. He was just dumbfounded. It was great. Speaking of bars, so I know somebody, and again, no names. I know somebody that got into a bar fight because a dude made fun of her glasses, and he went. Yeah,
This is
you
one
know
of
this
my
one.
this is one of my favorite stories of all time.
Yes, and this, I guess this doesn't really have anything to do with the police. I guess if the police would have gotten called, something would have happened. You know, they probably
Well,
would
there's
have been
still
in
no
some.
order to this.
Yeah, there really isn't. So she's got glasses on. He's making fun of her glasses. And these are not like young people. These are like people in their 40s.
Middle
Like,
age.
you should know better. Like, seriously, you're going to make fun of somebody with glasses? So this dude's making fun of this chick with glasses. And so she punched him in the face because you don't do that. And he went and got
Rude.
his mom. He was at the bar with his mom. So if he's 40 something, she's got to be 60 something at least. So, like, this little old woman, like white haired woman, and she comes out to the friend of mine that's got glasses, and she's like provoking her, like trying to fight. And
Nobody fucks with my
she's,
baby boy.
yeah, that's exactly what she was saying. She was like, "You punched my baby." I was like, he's not like a baby in a stroller. He's a 45-year-old man, and you're drinking with him at the bar. Like, what's wrong with this picture?
I think that qualifies as a baby, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I guess so. So they were like, you know what? We're just gonna leave. We're not trying to fight a 65-year-old woman. That's elder abuse. So they tried to leave, and this woman climbed on the hood of their car. Not even kidding. She climbed on the hood of their car to prevent them from leaving.
Yes.
Like, I don't even, there's no words. How?
Dude, I couldn't do that at my age right now, much less twice my age.
Exactly. Like, what was she thinking? She had to have been drunk. She just had to.
Either that or her quote unquote mama bear came out.
I guess so. Good Lord. Um, Last story that I have. This isn't even. I mean, it's just a little thing. I don't know why I act like I'm like this big badass. Like, my rap sheet is not long, except for the whole assault thing. It's all pretty minor.
Except for my assault charges. I'm
Yeah.
completely clean.
Besides that, it's all pretty minor. So last time I got pulled over for speeding, um, I mean, the guy seemed nice. I mean, he wasn't a dick about it. He was, and I was fairly close to home, so I knew he was, you know, kind of probably just, you know, a cop from my. I didn't pay attention whether he was county or city in my little tiny town, but he seemed like a nice guy, you know. And so he
Is it the
asked,
one that doesn't have a gun because he never got like registered? The one cop in our town?
"Oh, no, 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 this was my town, like town I live in now."
Okay.
Yeah. This was just a few months ago. And so he asked me if there was any reason I was going so fast. You know, they always ask you that. And I kind of gauged the situation, and he seemed like a funny guy. So I said, "If you ain't first, you're last." And he almost fell down laughing. It was great.
Nice.
And then he didn't give me a ticket. So I kind of feel like maybe I made him laugh. It had been a hard, long day. Made him laugh, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll let her go."
There you go.
So it
It's
was,
solid reasoning.
yes. And okay, so going back to last episode when you referenced Town Crier,
Oh yeah.
I
Hear ye, hear
actually
ye.
I actually researched it because I was like just mind blown by this whole thing.
Yeah, because
searched
you didn't know they
photos.
existed.
I really didn't. I searched photos on Google, and all the dudes are shouting so vigorously, like they look like they ended up taking it up the butt unexpectedly.
They do. They're really into it.
Yeah, they really are. So I'm sure if you follow us on our Facebook page, I'm sure you've seen the photo montage that I made. But
Yes,
it's
she
pretty
put
great.
that. She made that photo montage. You can see that on our Twitter account. That is our Twitter handle.
Why do you always struggle with words?
I don't know, man. I'm getting dementia. It's starting to worry me. I think it's my meds. Anyway, that's a whole other story. Twitter handle is remember T1T. Check us on Instagram. That is going to be our Instagram at official_RT1T. You can go watch our one video on YouTube. Just search Remember That One Time. You can always submit your stories to us via email, two girls, one terrible podcast at gmail.com, or hit us up on Facebook Messenger.
And
Um,
if you wanna wait a couple of days and search YouTube again, you should hopefully Wes over at the 5 Star Show will be done
yes,
commentating our videos, so we can have some more footage for everybody to see from the Beer Olympics.
exactly. That should be up shortly as well, along with all of that being put up on our website, which is again chris10mj87.wixsite.com/rt1t. You can also get to that link to our website on our Facebook page. It's a lot easier than remembering my uh, website because I choose to use Wix because it's free and I'm a cheap bitch.
Free is good. I like free.
Free is good. So that
Until
is
our
where you can
listeners
see us.
start paying up and like paying to listen to us be just sit here and bullshit, it'll continue to be free, you know.
Exactly. Or
But
until Wet and Wild finally pays us
yeah,
our advertising cash.
yeah, when that royalty check comes in.
Right? I think we ought to start just doing like making up products and start doing commercials just for the hell of it because it sounds like fun.
Yes, I
Yes,
like it.
exactly. So next episode, we are going to do a deep delve into the apartment on Main. You've heard us talk about it, like little stories here and there about some of the shenanigans and goings on there, but we're going to pretty much start from the beginning of getting the apartment to the sad day we moved out and
So
trying to
sad.
remember. There's a lot that happened in those, what was it, 2.5 years?
Yeah, something like that.
And then it seemed like it was like 10 years.
Yeah, it
I
really
don't know
did.
why,
Because
but
we had been building up to it. Like,
I guess so.
we had been planning on living there for since we were kids, so
Right.
we had plenty of time to build up to it. Even though, I mean, it didn't quite live up to Dusty's 7 to 7, but
It
you
was
know,
close.
it was pretty damn close. It was pretty
Exactly.
legit.
There was a lot that happened in that span of time. So we will go over that. If any of our listeners has a story about the apartment on Main, I don't know if we had any house guests that remember anything specific. For example, dinner for schmucks, or
Yes.
um, just the super
No shit
awkward.
brownies.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just trying to think of.
Yeah.
The shit brownies, um, or any of our game nights with panties on our heads, doing shots. If you got any memories of being inside that apartment, or even just housing memories, if you shared an apartment or a home with either of us, I mean, unless you're my ex-husband, that's
Yeah.
it's pretty much not going
No
to be
ex-husbands
anybody for
allowed.
me,
You're not allowed to
right?
partake in this.
What happened to your roommate with your first marriage? Because you and your husband shared a house with
They
another
moved.
couple.
Yeah, they moved to Texas.
Oh, gotcha. I wonder if she listens. She should listen. That's what I think. That's my opinion. She should be a
listen.
listener,
She
and
should be a listener.
she should message in because I'm sure she's got a story or 12.
Probably.
So, yeah, even if they're not apartment on main stories, just housing stories in general will work as well. So, until then, anything else, CJ?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well, until next
Until
time.
I break the law again.
Exactly. Or until here in about 15 minutes when I get the text that says, "Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot," blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be like, we
We
are
might
not doing a part 3.
we might have to do a 16 and a half, just like a little mini emergency episode.
Oh my God. I like that it's an emergency episode. That's
It's an
funny.
emergency.
Right? This is, instead of just like, I don't know, putting the story up on our website or social media, we have to have a whole other podcast.
Yes.
That's funny because
Because
we're
it's an
dramatic.
emergency.
Well, yeah, we just have to be extra like that.
Yes.
Yes. Well, until next time, always remember, say yes to adventures because they always turn into stories, and in the end, that's all we are. Good night.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless America.